Alright, we are back in Felion to do Naze events with Eon and Earthess, but before we do that, a couple little things to take care of. Eon also had a DLC costume that I forgot about, so we'll take a quick look at that. The Amino Mirai vestments. Many years ago, there was once a great city called Amino Mirai in a residential district, now in ruins. The clan of Shrine Maidens that ruled the city wore these clothes, Amino Mirai vestments. A special power existed in Amino Mirai, and the Shrine Maidens were capable of controlling it. Helping build the city and its residents is a story for another time. If you're interested, read the manga version of nosurge in Wednesday's series. Well, that is just another something that we did not get in the West. So we'll go ahead and stick with the Darkness Pulsar and Antimatter costumes for the next set of synthesis events. But also before that, there's an event in the Celeste Garden with this team that I stumbled onto that I didn't know about. I'll just showcase that really quick. Well then, Shirotaka, we're gonna go get ready. Roger that. Man, sure is boring around here. Boring, huh? Shirotaka? Hey, Sarly, what's going on? That's my line. What in the world are you doing here? Me? Well, I was sort of dozing off because I had a little free time. I think I was remembering what it was like on Raciella. Raciella? Yeah, well, not just Raciella, but the people, I suppose. Of course, that includes Eon, Nay, and you too, Sarly. I just never thought I'd be able to see you again like this. Why's that? Well, when you think about it, managing Singing Hill is really like being left behind. What? Why would you say that? Not like I really mind that much, honestly. I should have chosen my words a little better. I knew one of the 7 supporters had to fill the task. Frankly, it was an honor to have so much responsibility. I really did try my hardest when I was at that job. I prayed that everyone on the ship made it safely to the new planet. At the same time, though, I couldn't deny a part of me was thinking I'd never be able to see anyone again. That's how determined I was when I was on Singing Hill. So I'm just happy to see everyone again like this, alive. And while I was thinking about that, my mind drifted towards Raciella. Sorry, I'm getting sentimental. I see. Sarly? Mm-hmm. It might be a little strange for me to say this, but thank you so much for being alive. But, Shirotaka, I believe deep down that I would be able to meet you again. It doesn't matter that you were management on Singing Hill. I just knew we would see you again. Sarly, you don't have to remember anything about Raciella. Here I am right next to you. Yeah, I guess you're right. When you put it that way, it would be a shame for me not to enjoy myself right now. Yeah, don't say things like that are so unlike you. Sorry. Now how about we go shopping? Shopping? There's a sale for drunk parts going out at Celestial Garden. You want to join me? Yeah, of course I do. So, did we ditch him or is he ditching us? I guess we won't find out, but that's a cute little scene. I'm glad I found it. While shopping for ingredients for all the synthesis. Anyhow, to continue on, we do have to go back to Bistro Neo Francais. Mostly food items. In fact, I don't think Nay even has all 5 synthesis dances, but I could be wrong. So we'll just start at the very top with the Radical Tequila and make our way down. Of course, the food dance is definitely Nay's. Nay, this looks like alcohol. Yeah, it is. Wait, do you not drink? Now that you mention it, I don't think I ever tried it. I never really had a chance anyway. Then this is a good opportunity. Since you're here, why not give this a try? What? But it would be a problem if I got drunk or something. If that happened, this guy could take care of you. Hey, you take care of me after you got drunk, right? Well, I am not going to give the Opie answer. I'll just say that right now. Well, the only thing you need to do for a drunk person is throw a bucket of water over them. I don't think you could call that taking care of them. Anyway, let's have a drink. Okay, but only one. Alright then, cheers! Oh. You're chugging it? Ah, the bitter flavor's the best. Time for a refill. No, if you drink that much, you really will get drunk. Hey, what are you doing? Give me back my tequila. No, drinking this much is bad for you. I'll be fine. There's no alcohol in this after all. What? It's not alcoholic. This drink just lets you enjoy the aroma and flavor of tequila. I call it Radical Tequila. Those people who can't handle alcohol have the feeling of drinking. Not bad, huh? So that's what it was. We were talking about getting drunk, so I thought this was real tequila. I just thought that it would make more exciting for you. Here, give it a try, Eon. Okay. Oh. Woo! Too bitter for me. Looks like it doesn't suit your taste. By the way, can you handle tequila? Well, no, I can't. I don't drink the hard stuff. If you can't drink it, I don't mind if I can't drink it either. You're both such kids. And her signature dish. Remember, she won a cooking contest with this. This isn't good. Huh? Delta and Cass were saying the same thing. Is it really that bad? Not at all. There's so many ingredients that just don't belong on sukiyaki in here. Wait, you didn't try eating it? I make things. You guys are the ones who eat them. If Delta already tried it, couldn't you guess what would happen if I ate it too? Well, there's always a chance that Delta just has a weird sense of taste, right? Besides, I didn't use any ingredients that should make it that bad. The combination of fish and sukiyaki sauce and hot coconut milk is just too awful. Yeah, Nay, are you trying to kill Leon? Let's not exaggerate. This wouldn't kill anyone. Besides, fish and coconut milk are good for the body. Don't say weird things like that. Sheesh. I wish you considered taste more than just how good the ingredients are for you. Is it really that bad? I was actually pretty confident about it. It's not an issue of good or bad. Maybe you could imagine if I called it sukiyaki rather than sukiyaki. Yeah, he said the same thing as Cass. I seriously thought it was a good idea. And the extreme tart. Something we can't even see the whole thing of. Is this really food? Well, what else could it possibly be? Kind of hard to answer what it could be exactly. What do you think? Well, I can't see through the censoring. Censoring? Does it just looks like a normal pile of... Nay, you can't say that! I'd feel even worse about putting it in my mouth. Well, that's the line that's out of context. That could be taken out of context. I never thought your monitor would have a function like that. Sounds like it's programmed to automatically censor images that are too shocking. Don't call other people's cooking shocking. Just yours, Nay. Anyway, it's best while it's still hot. You should try it now. This doesn't contain ingredients other than food, right? It only contains things edible to humans, so try it. Go on. Okay, but only a little bit. Oh, you just bit a little scrap off the edge. You think it's that bad? This really does taste awful. You said it so honestly, too. Hey, this flavor's impossible for people to eat. On top of that, the inside smells rotten. You say that and you're crying. That's what happened with Delta, too. Well, I did base it on something a cat would eat, so I guess it's obvious that people wouldn't like it. Ugh! If you're gonna make something like that, then taste test it yourself. Well, spoiler alert, she's a Cheryl. She has no sense of taste. See how she reacts to the irritating ice. Finally done. Ugh, it's so cold my hands are hurting. Thanks as always, Nay. By the way, what kind of syrup did you put on this? It's a strawberry syrup and red food coloring. I thought the normal color lacked impact, so I made it darker. It kind of looks like blood now. Kind of gives you chills, right? That's what I was going for. See, you're just making that up, right? I did it on purpose. If you think that there's actually blood on this, it makes it seem colder, right? I guess so, but I also don't really want to eat it. I told you that it's just strawberry syrup with a little extra food coloring. And besides, it might actually be appropriate for people who could be seeing a lot of blood. That's really disturbing. What do you mean by that? The shaved ice is so cold it irritates and tenses up the body. That's why it's irritating ice. But it seems like I might have messed up a bit. So it causes a different type of irritation? Yeah, that's exactly it. Makes you really irritated. You get angry at anything. I have no idea why it actually does that. Did you put anything in it? Nope, it's mysterious because it's normal shaved ice. But do you understand why I said you could end up seeing blood? If you started a fight over shaved ice, it would probably be really hard to make amends. Well, at least we didn't eat any. Alright, Shampflower Miracle. The enemy of all women, according to Cass. Wow, what a big feast! Did you make all this yourself, Nay? That's right, I made all this by myself. Hey, you can make a feast like this? You're too amazing. I'm glad you're both complimenting me, but both of you should take a closer look. The fact that there's ramen is enough to make it a little sad to call it a feast. Oh, no, I don't think so. Everything looks so delicious. There's so many tasty foods all lined up. Feast is the only word to describe it. You're making me blush. Alright, this is my treat. Eat as much as you want. Yay! Then I guess I'll start with the gratin over here. Yeah, go right ahead. Oh, wow. It's so hot and really good. You're acting a lot like Delta and Cass were. That's because it really is delicious. I should eat the ramen before it gets cold. Wow. The noodles are perfect, and the soup is really rich. Is that a good or bad thing? You should explain your thoughts more simply. It's delicious, Nay. Yeah, that's what I wanted to hear. But why did you decide to cook so much food? Oh, I had a ton of sham flour in the storehouse, so I wanted to see what I could cook using it all. Huh? You mean that flour using bread and stuff? Oh, now that you mentioned it, everything here is made with sham flour. Exactly. Every food here is cooked using sham flour as the main ingredient. This really is a sham flour miracle, being able to cook so much out of simple flour. I'm glad I realized that before I ate it all. I'm afraid to look at my weight tomorrow. Yep, more or less the same reaction Cass had. But what's a feast without a little dessert on top? Okay, the one-hit KO parfait is finished. Nay, be careful, the ice cream is falling over. Oh, don't worry. It looks like it could fall over any moment, but it's actually well balanced. Well, that's suspenseful to look at. You think so too? Both of you are such warriors. Here, I'll shake the table to show you. Hey, if you shake it that much, it'll... Huh? Oh, the ice cream didn't even move. I told you, didn't I? It won't fall over that easily. Even if you dip it over a bit. That's enough, Nate. I know it won't fall over, but the suspense is still there. I'm glad you understand. But with a name like one-hit KO parfait, I never expected it to be so stable. I think the name is a little misleading. No, it's not misleading. It's the truth. I would feel really bad having you test it, so I'll sacrifice myself. Sacrifice? Nay, what happens when you eat this? We'll just have to watch and see. Here it goes. Oh. Are you okay? So rich and sweet and super delicious. Nay? My head! The freeze is so bad! Nay, you've only eaten one bite! Oh, this is bad. This is worse than I imagined. Nay, pull yourself together! Open your eyes! Well, that really was a one-hit KO. This isn't the time for that! Nay, wake up! Nay! That was almost a comedy routine. Moving on to the wobbly glass. Nay, it's not good to play with food, you know. Huh? What do you mean? I don't play with food. Then what's this? It looks like the glass version of that game where you remove sticks from a tower. That's true, but I didn't make this play as a game. I created this wobbly glass to help people learn proper table manners. I'm sorry, Nay. I just don't understand how this can be used for table manners. You still don't get it after all this. In other words, if you have proper manners, you can eat this without causing it to collapse. But if it does collapse, that's a sign that you're too rough when you eat. You can use this dish to practice proper, refined ways of eating. Get it now? I doubt there's anyone who'd go this far. I think so too. First of all, this wouldn't be pleasant to eat at all. You get really nervous every time you took a piece, so you wouldn't be able to enjoy it. Once you become accustomed to that, you know that you become more mature and eat it comfortably. I think some people could go their whole lives without doing that. Anyway, our manners aren't going to get any better by standing around and talking. You go first, Dion. Take whatever piece you want. Then I'll just take this one right in the middle. Shouldn't collapse all at once, anyway. It's your turn next. Which one do you take? Well, let's just get the one... middle one, just above Dion's. You got no guts. Hey, are you doing this just for fun? Looks like it's my turn. Let's see. What should I take? Alright, I'll take the one to the right. Just below the one Eon took. Careful. Careful. Oh no, it's collapsing! Oh darn, fell over. It's going so well, too. I'll set it back up so we can start from the beginning. You shouldn't play with food! Yep, come full circle on that one. Oh, Akiko Sarumi. We know that this one had a quite a unique origin story on the Delta Cat side. Will we hear it again? Judging from your expression, this doesn't suit your taste, am I right? Yeah, I don't know about the flavor or the shape, but this ammonia smell is just too much. Is this really food? It's food in the sense of the main ingredients. As for the flavor and the smell, who knows? They really don't seem like snacks, though. I don't think anybody would be happy if you sold these. No, you can't say that, Eon. You'll be cursed by Akikosa. Akikosa? Yeah, there was a certain woman who was the basis for these snacks. Her name was Akiko Sarumi. She's the face drawn on here. Is it Akiko Sarumi or Akiko Sarumi? I just realized that. But she doesn't look like a person who would curse others. You can't judge people by their looks. There's a reason why she started cursing people. One day, she was making snacks for a boy she had one-sided feelings for. The snacks she was making smelled like citrus and were very sweet. Oh, that sounds good. After finishing, she headed out to go see the boy and give them to him. The boy was on the track team. It was all sweaty as usual from practice. But when she called to him to give him the snacks, she realized something. The smell of his sweat had the intense stench of ammonia. Nay, I got a bad feeling about this. I'm going to ask you to stop. No, I want to hear the rest. You're curious, right? You come this far, so you need to hear it to the end. Oh, I already know something turned out well. Anyway, she hesitated for a moment, but since she had already called to him, she couldn't just leave. As soon as she handed the snacks to him, the air smelling strongly of ammonia, she ran away at full speed. The end? Then, the next day, it's still not over! She headed to the rooftop of the school after being called over by the boy. The boy was holding the snacks she had given him, and he was extremely angry. These snacks you gave me stink of ammonia, and they taste terrible! Is this some kind of joke? The boy returned the snacks to her by throwing them at her. Confused, she opened the bag to check, and... No, I don't want to hear it! For some reason, the snacks that smelled of citrus had turned into snacks that smelled of ammonia. Further, she could smell a hint of citrus fruit from the angry boy as he stormed off. It was then that she understood everything. The smell of the snacks had removed the ammonia smell from the boy, and after a chemical reaction, the smell had transferred to the snacks. I've never heard a chemical reaction like that. That's why the snacks are still filled with resentment, hatred, and anger that day. If you don't eat them all after starting, the curse will activate. I wish you didn't make snacks like that. Earth has just stood there at attention listening to the whole thing. That's probably the most normal thing on the list so far. Well, there's one that doesn't count because Nate didn't make it. Oh, fruit punta? Wow, this is a fancy dessert. You think so? It's actually pretty simple to make. I put plenty of fruit in a container, then pour a bunch of punta over it. Done! You're making it sound like the kind of cooking a guy would do. But don't you think men who can whip up a quick dish like that are pretty cool? He'd apologize about how simple it is, cut up some fruit, put it in a container, and dump the juice over it. Well, if you say it like that, he sounds like a wild guy who also enjoys cooking. That could be cool. Look at that. Neil's getting excited. You can make it how I described it. Why don't you try practicing it at home? Is it really that easy? Nah, you can do. Yeah, you can. It's really easy. All you do is pour ponta over fruit. Oh, right. Ponta is a carbonated fruit drink. You probably don't have ponta in your world, but I'm sure there's something similar. Anyway, how about giving it a taste? Okay, then. Maybe I'll try the one soaked at the bottom. Is it good? Yeah, it's really good. The flavor of the ponta is soaked into the fruit. There's a rich and fresh sweetness. I think you should put it's on your menu. It was Nate's original fruit punch. Oh, the name is already set. It's fruit ponta. Delta named it. He came up with a pretty good name for once, don't you think? Fruit ponta. Sounds like an invitation. Yeah, normal item, normal conversation, but this one is anything but. Wow, this rice cake is amazing. It's expanding so much. You're right. This is far more than I expected. But how long do I need to cook it? It started to get burned, and so I think it's about time to eat it. Yeah, it looks like it won't expand anymore. I've got some seaweed and stuff, so you can use the topping if you want. Hey, then I'll do just that. But still, I never expected this from you of all people, Eon. Expected what? I'm talking about the rice cake you're eating now. That expanded a whole lot, right? Yeah, I've never seen a rice cake expand so much before. This rice cake actually has a special effect. It reacts to a certain feeling of the person cooking it and expands. So, is that really okay to eat? Oh, don't worry about that. The ingredients are different from a regular rice cake, but changing the amount of those ingredients happen to create this. Even if the ingredients are the same, I don't like the thought of eating something that reacts to feelings. Anyway, what kind of feelings are we talking about? It reacts to jealousy. I call it the jealous rice cake. Pretty funny, right? Am I supposed to be laughing right now? That is perfect snark right there. I think it's funny. Well, regardless, this rice cake reacts to the jealousy level of the person cooking and expands to show you. So that means I'm actually a really jealous person? You're a lot more jealous than I expected, but you're still nothing compared to Cass. She's pretty crazy. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say she's the envoy of jealousy, or the embodiment even. If Cass were here, she'd definitely get mad at you. Still, I think men would just see jealousy in a girl as a cute thing. To an extent, of course. You really think that? No, that's right, Eon. You're so cute. There you go. Just like I said, it's nothing for you to worry about. I see. If you think that, I'm okay with being jealous. You two should get a room. I love that ending. Alright. And for things to get even worse, I think I made at least 10 of these. We're already halfway down. This juice looks tasty. Can I drink it? No! You can never drink that! What? You're mean, Nay. I'm not mean. Something bad would happen if you were to drink this, Eon. So, this isn't regular juice? You thought this was regular juice? There's a limit to being rude. Now that I examined it carefully, there's a lot of carbonation in here. Yes, that carbonation is amazing. That carbonation causes the drinker's breasts to grow several times larger. I call it expanding happy soda. Isn't it a perfect name? Nope. Sounds like Eon doesn't need it. If she got any bigger, it would kind of be a problem. Hey, stop that. That's embarrassing. Mine aren't that big. You're picking a fight with every A cup in the world with that line. Well, I'm a little sad that I can't try it. I at least want to know what it tastes like. It's faintly sweet, but the combination was so strong I hardly noticed. Wait, you already know? Yeah, I drank it with Cass before. I see. What's with you, Eon? Why are you staring at my breasts? How much bigger did they get? It was a failure. It didn't make them any bigger. I don't see why that's something to cry about. Shut up! There's no way someone with such big ones will understand how Cass and I feel. Hey, don't grab my breasts! I'll let that one speak for itself, especially since we got this immediately afterwards. Eon is finished. Try this on. Why does it have to be me? Wait, you won't wear it? I made this to fit your bust size, Eon. I was curious when you measured me, but it does really look like it does look like this really was a bra. You're only half right. You'd be wrong if you thought this is just a regular bra. You can use it as a bra, but also as emergency food. The dietary fiber bra is perfect for survival. Did you really make this underwear for survival purposes? To be honest, no. But Delta said it would be good for survival, so I thought I'd mention it. Then the original purpose really was... Yep, you got it. I know what you're thinking, and it pretty much goes without saying. All jokes aside, I think it's a pretty amazing item. What do you think? It's kind of amazing in a lot of ways, so I don't even know anymore. Ooh, excuse me. So you really aren't going to put it on? It should fit perfectly. It looks really stiff and painful. And it's really embarrassing. It would give a whole new meaning to the phrase eat me. I think it's pretty useful. Hey, I wouldn't do that. But I definitely think you should put this on. Don't you agree? It's not really that sexy. I'll pass. I see. Now that I think about it, it's true that I forgot to make it aesthetically appealing. I'll use your opinion as a reference for later changes. This is a survival item, so I don't think you really need to worry about making it look sexy. And that could have gotten a whole lot looter. Okay, obstinate bibimbap. I cannot say that thing for the life of me, but I will keep trying because they mentioned it a few times, I'm sure. Bibimbap. Bibimbap. There we go. Okay, sorry about the wait. It's finally finished. That must have been a lot of work. It feels like it took a really long time. I figured that bibimbap would tastier the hotter it is, so I decided to make it really hot. Not having some burned rice just makes for some third-rate bibimbap, right? That's true, but I don't think there's a reason it should take so long. 2 hours? I'm really hungry now thanks to that. I understand why you'd be upset, but it's finished now, so cheer up. I'm not upset or anything. I just thought it took a little too long. Anyway, it's done, so this should make you happy. Okay, I'll try it while it's hot. Oh, be careful. It's really, really hot, so you need to... What's with this? It's so hot I can't even get close to the bowl. That's what I was trying to say. I made it super hot, so you need to wait for it to cool for about an hour before eating it. You could use a spoon, but the moment it touches, the spoon could melt. Is it that hot? The content's okay? Yeah, it's fine. The bibimbap is also super heated, so it's about the same as a container. That's why it'll get burned, but not quite burned to a crisp. You're saying it like it's obvious, but it doesn't make any sense. But look, you can tell it's not burned, right? Yeah, I can't wait any longer. I'm starving because it took so long to make, and now you're saying I need to wait with it right in front of me? I guess people really get upset and demanding when they're hungry. Looks like obstinate bibimbap is a pretty good name for it. I don't care. Just take it away from me to eat this already. I love Eon when she's angry. She got some of the best expressions. And Yuraki. Let's see if she's angry about the unauthorized knockoff product too. Okay, it's done. By the way, Eon, do you know the name of this character? What was it again? I don't really know. I see. This is a character called Yuroki. Its cute appearance makes it popular, and there are a lot of fans among children and adults, although I don't really get it. I drew Yuroki onto a box of snacks called Rocky. I call it Yuraki. So, this is regular Rocky. Quiet. Consumers don't care about that kind of stuff, so don't try to act all smart. And he's turning into a bad person. By the way, it's recommended to eat this Yuraki differently from Rocky. Here, Eon, read the explanation on the side. Okay, let's see. When eating a Yuraki, a boy and girl should eat one slowly from both sides. What? What kind of way to eat is that? Aren't you supposed to eat stick-like snacks like that? I read about it in romance novels before, but are there people who really actually do that? There's a game called a Rocky Chicken Race where two people see who can eat the furthest in 10 seconds. That name sounds strangely savage. Anyway, that's how it works. So why don't you two... Oh, right. You can't actually eat anything. So, yeah, you two should do it instead. I wouldn't call it a worthless snack. Alright, Eon. Read the fine print out of the label you just read. Eating it this way between the same gender is dangerous, so please take caution. There you have it. Sorry about that. I'm really curious what's so dangerous about it. I love that disclaimer, though. Oh, the Angel's dining table. So good, angels come to pick you up.